No, I'm all, buddy. I've been prepared.
Okay.
No. This is
Right on.
So essentially, what's going to happen is if you talk.
Yep.
That's me.
Oh,
this is
okay.
you.
So I'm not going in the red or anything.
No,
All right,
no.
good,
And
good.
if you lose it, you're just going to get this.
Okay. Okay. Tell me.
But you're not going to lose it because you are perfect.
All right.
I have some guests who start here and they're like,
right
back here, like you know Richard Payne.
Yeah.
Loves living back here. And I'm
All
like,
right.
Richard,
bring it in. All right. We can do that.
I always start off with, "Hey, how are you?" So, hey, how are you, Rob?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks.
Welcome to Halifax.
Yeah, it was a great drive down all the way from Fredericton, Newbrunswick.
Horrible rainy day.
Yeah, I washed the Jeep off.
So I guess we'll start with the obvious question. How'd you get into real estate?
Well, okay. So I spent 19 years in the automotive industry.
Oh, shit.
And started on the sales floor like everybody does and worked my way up through management and just got tired of being chained to a desk and lining somebody else's pockets with money. And I decided that instead of putting a gun to my head, I was going to do the real estate exam.
Good for you.
Yeah.
How long? Okay, now how long have you been a realtor for?
So I was licensed in March of 2017.
Oh my God, we're the same age.
Yeah. So
I got licensed March 2017.
There you go. Yeah.
I got my license March 10th.
Okay.
And the real estate has only crapped out since.
There you go. Yeah. We started in buyer's market and then went right into a seller's market. So I picked up my books from the NBREA on December 2nd. It was my son's birthday.
No
way.
I
remember walking in and dropping my whatever thousands of dollars to pick up these two gigantic books that I've never touched since.
Yeah.
And spent 3 weeks studying really hard until the Christmas break.
Yeah.
And then I took 3 weeks off to just evaluate my life and if I really wanted to continue doing this.
The books were that bad.
They were.
They were that bad. Yeah.
And then this is back in the day when you still read the books and whatnot. And then decided, no, this is what I'm going to do. And said I had an end goal of writing at the end of February.
Good for you.
And in New Brunswick, you write, there's once a month back then.
Yep. Same with Nova Scotia.
Okay. Yep. And then we also had, before you wrote, you could do a weekend with the education director for the NBRA.
Oh, interesting.
So Dwayne Hayes would come up from Moncton at that time. He now lives in Fredericton, but he would come up and run a class every month, once a month.
Okay.
Before the exam. So it was really great because you got a lot of insight as to how the exam would work.
Yeah.
But you get to ask questions and run through some practice exams and things like that. And kind of, go on the pressure of writing an exam. I was never an academic. I hated school.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I'm the fish that can't climb a tree.
Yeah.
And so it was really useful for me to sit in a classroom and feel the pressure of what this is going to be like to test. Because all I wanted was to pass that test. After that, I didn't care.
Yeah, of course.
I knew I could do the job.
Just give me the license.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was...
It's funny. Mine's kind of similar.
Okay.
I was a server, bartender.
Yep.
A realtor left their card on the table and was like, "You'd be really good at this. You should do this."
Interesting.
And I thought, fuck it. I'm not making any money here. Like I can't, I'm making money, but it's not enough. Like I can't have a life.
Right.
I can't have a career. So registered October 2nd.
Yep.
I had met my wife the week before. Locked in to the course for like 3 weeks. Probably is how long I did. In the Nova Scotia course, it was all online. You get 10 units. I did units 1 to 2.
Okay.
And then my wife and I were in the honeymoon phase of freshly meeting, so that took up all of my time.
Of course.
Of course it did. And you get 6 months to finish your online course, and after 6 months you're locked out.
Wow.
So my course ran out being like end of either first week of March or end of February. And we got to January. I still had 8 units to go. And I looked at my wife and I said, "That's it. I can't see you. I have to get this done." And I went part-time. I went down to part-time at work and was like, "Guys, I want to do this. So I'm just going to," it was like 6 weeks of like 4, 5, 6 hours a day in front of that computer. And my wife was in school at the time. So she was making cue cards. We were doing cue cards every night. And the Nova Scotia exam, you need a 70% to pass.
Okay.
To get your license.
Yeah. Right on.
72 March 10th. Best day.
We're very similar. Ours is 75. I believe I got a 76.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget because we wrote it. I wrote it March 3rd, and it's like a week back then, it's way longer now because my wife just did it, but back then it was like a week you get your results, and you have to drive into NSAR to find out if you pass or not. So like, you're in a course, I think like maybe like it looked 20, 30 people probably wrote that day. And you just see people coming in and out of this building, like some are happy, some are devastated.
Yeah.
And to see 72 was like, I just did it. Seize, baby, seize.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But so fast forward, so you started in 2017 in March, same as me.
Yeah.
Our careers have not gone the same way. Congratulations, sir. You joined EXP. I won't get into all the beginning stuff, but you joined EXP because I really want to round this off. You have been Icon Award for the last 4 years at EXP.
Yeah, since I joined EXP, so 4 years in a row, I've hit the Icon, and I'm just about to hit my 5th.
Which is our big sales award at EXP.
Yes.
I think we actually only have one sales award. And I think
we do. Yeah. Exactly. They're capping, right? Which is not an award.
No,
it's just an accolade.
Yeah.
And then,
but our big thing is Icon.
Yeah, about 2 to 3% of our agents globally hit the Icon.
Yeah, I did not know it was that few.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. So you're obviously in good rapport.
I'm doing all right.
You're hanging out with a schmuck. So okay, because I want to lead off there because obviously you've had a really good run at it. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning because I want to lead off with like the accolades. First of all, we know who we're in the room with.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So how did it start? You get your license at 17.
Yep.
How did it go your first few years?
Yeah. So I went from, let's call it a 6-figure job to a 0-figure job overnight. And,
you didn't go great from that?
And then from there, first year I had, had goals.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to make $100,000. Right.
Yeah.
Looking back, it's one of those silly goals. It's just a number that you write on a piece of paper. Right.
I did the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I was far under that. I think $37,000 was my first year in real estate. Then, first 6 months was like next to nothing, like a couple deals here and there. But then I remember in August of that year, I was about to head out to the lake and sold 2 significant size homes.
Yeah.
The Friday before I was headed out to spend a week at the lake. And part of me was a little disappointed because like, oh shoot, now I got to go through all the diligence. I got to go do a home inspection review and all these things. I was like, oh, I'll make this work. But in any case, I called at that time my mentor and I said to him, I said, hey, I sold 2 houses and they were a significant amount of money. They were probably double the price of an average home in Fredericton at the time.
Yeah.
And I said, I almost feel like a realtor. And he said, Rob, give your head a shake. You are a realtor. And literally from that moment on in August of 2017, I never looked back.
Good for you.
I actually had a part-time job.
Yeah.
Working for a startup company in the auto industry, and I was helping them develop some systems. And I called them on the Monday and said, hey guys, pay me out. I'm done.
Ow.
And they were not happy.
Well, no shit.
But, and fast forward 2 years later, they sold that company to Auto Trader for millions. But in any case,
we're not going to talk about that. I'm just going to leave that
my
alone.
portion wouldn't have accounted to a whole lot, but
okay.
It was, I made more in real estate than I would have on that portion. But, I just didn't look back.
Good for you. And just because of that one comment, give your head a shake. You were a realtor.
It literally was that one comment from someone who does very well in the business.
Yeah. And
to have that pat on the back and that acknowledgement that you are a realtor.
That confidence is huge.
Yeah, because I didn't have it in myself or didn't know it, right?
Right.
And the realization came, and having a supportive wife is super important.
Yes.
She was the one that pushed me to go get those books on December 2nd of 2016.
Good for that. You need that in your, like, when you're self-employed, especially in real estate, like, I always find it, like, funny enough, like, I know a lot of people in car sales.
Yeah.
My wife was in car sales,
there
actually.
You go.
When they talk to me, what do you think about being in real estate? I always say, you're moving up to the big leagues. And it's one difference. I mean, there's more differences, but the significant difference is the leads walk in your door.
Yes.
It's a whole different thing to go. God love my wife. She's 6 months in now and learning every day. And we were sitting down. It was in the last week. She's sitting at the island and she's doing her calls because I'm making her do her calls because that's part of the job. And she goes, you know something? I miss when they would just walk the fuck in. And I'm like, yeah. It was nice, wasn't it?
Well, here's the good news.
Yeah.
If she keeps doing the work,
they'll come.
They eventually walk right in. Like I sit there and I do a goal setting planning day.
Yeah.
Every December.
Yeah.
for the following year. So this year's December 5th, I have my planning day with my team, and we're going to sit down and we're going to go through our big rocks, our small rocks, and our sand, and find out, what are the important things in our lives and in personal and business. And part of it is the business is, what do you want to do next year?
Right.
Well, what's funny is you put that number down, but how are you going to get there?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And it's the work you're doing now that's going to pay off in 6 months. So the work that
Always.
your wife is doing at that counter, as frustrating and annoying as it can be, it pays off.
It's the 90-day rule.
Totally.
It's the 90-day rule.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to one more anecdote, and then I'm going to go back to your
Oh,
story.
you bet.
But this year, I told you I had the year mapped out, started off the year really strong, had a great second quarter, burned out, took off the third quarter. And my wife jumped in when I burned out.
Right.
So, like, we didn't really give a shit. And then September came, we got to the end of August, and I was like, okay, brought the coach up back up to speed, ramped it right back up. Started literally first week of December. 2 weeks ago, got a referral, one house, one offer, one deal, closes in 2 weeks. And my wife is like, how does that happen? I'm like, if you look at the math, it's literally 90 days from the first day of lead gen. Like, that's how that works. You just, like, if you're in sales and real estate, like, that, it's the magic number of, like,
yeah,
if you just start working today, you will get paid. But the problem is it's 90 days.
Totally. It's a long road to a sale.
All right. Start off 63,000 you made in your first year.
36,000.
30,000.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that number reversed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish it was 63.
So 6-figure income down to you got kicked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got a mentor. Where did you get your mentor?
So my mentor was in the office.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he just randomly was like, I like your beard.
Yeah, I didn't have a beard at the time, oddly enough. But it's funny because we've known of each other.
Okay.
He's a little younger than I am,
Okay.
but he at that time was that just nearing $1 million business.
Yeah.
For his portion,
Yeah.
not selling $1 million worth of real estate.
Of
right?
course.
And so there wasn't very many of those in Fredericton.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, he and his wife really caught on to the way I worked and
Okay.
the work ethic that I brought to the job.
Yeah.
It actually was his wife that
like...
kind of chastised me that October. We were at a rally
Yeah.
or a convention rather.
Yeah.
And she took me aside and she said, "Rob, you need to make sure your CRM is in order."
Wow.
And I was like, "Why?" And me, I was like, I hated CRM.
Classic
in the car
Realtor.
business. It was like, it was a chore,
Yeah.
right? And then she said, "No, I see the way you work, and you are going to surpass Dave one of these days."
Wow.
She said, "You're going to do in 5 years what it took him 10."
Okay.
And the scary thing is that's what I'm doing. So it gets to that point where if you listen to those people
Yeah.
that recognize,
If you're coachable.
that's the
If
thing.
you're coachable.
Yep. And, we can get into coaching too, because I also coach agents.
Oh, we will. Maybe that's a part
And,
two. Well, whatever. I got
well,
you till I got you till 4:30. So we're gonna run it, and if I need a part two, I'm calling you.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm an open book too,
I know.
right? So I love to share and I love to mentor and
Yeah.
coach, and it's one of those things. And probably because I am coachable.
Right.
It's funny, in the auto industry, I didn't like being told what to do.
Right.
But I think the way you approach how to explain to somebody that there's better ways to do things and implement systems in your business, there's ways to present that
Do you
so
know
it's received better.
what I always say about smart people? I think there's such a difference between someone who is educated and someone who is smart. If you are an expert in something, you can explain it simply.
True.
If you can't dumb it down, I don't think you're an expert in something.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that, like, someone as simple as that to say you need to get your CRM in order. If you don't know real estate, like, that means nothing. If you sell houses and are a successful, consistent realtor, that means, like, we're all like, yeah. Your CRM is like,
Oh, it's totally.
so you get the chastising.
Yep. Yeah.
And are you like, will you help me? Or, like, how did that come about?
You know what? That was a question I should have asked. I
Right.
didn't really ask that question. I wish I would have. I probably would have accelerated faster. But I knew that my next deal was going to come from somebody I just did business with.
Right.
And I always told my sales team at the car dealerships, when's the best time to sell a car?
Right.
And they would always look at me and I'd say, right after you sold a car. Right? Because
Yeah.
it's you're high and you're in this elevated state. And, similar to real estate, the best
Right.
time to ask for a referral or for business, and there's non-salesy and non-cheesy ways to do that.
Yep. It's to ask when they're happy.
Do it when they're happy.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yep.
if you look at my webpage, there's 20 5-star Google reviews.
Yeah.
Totally unsolicited. If I took the job seriously enough to solicit, I'd probably have 100 5-star reviews.
Right.
It's just not something I do.
Yeah.
Right. But I do ask for referrals.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
5-star reviews are great, but referrals are better.
I don't give a shit about Google. If you could just give me the human.
Totally. Yeah.
So that's how.
Yeah.
That was how. And that was, so like, what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to get this question out.
Of course.
Essentially, it's like this person lays this comment to you, and then they just start taking you on.
Yeah. So I would literally drive with Dave in his truck, and his phone would ring.
Yeah.
And I'd say, go ahead, take that. And I would just listen.
Of course.
And I would just absorb the conversation.
Right.
And listen to how he would negotiate with other agents, how he would negotiate with his sellers, how he would negotiate with his buyers. And he did it in such a tactful and respectful way.
Right.
I really, really appreciated his approach.
Okay.
And I thought, okay, well, this guy's getting all of his business from his own CRM. I better listen to his wife.
Yeah, of course.
And I better figure this out. Took me 3 years to do it, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not an easy task. I had to hire somebody.
Yeah.
To get my CRM in order.
It's so much information.
It's just,
There's
it's
so much
overload,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
And you have so much fluff in there.
Yep.
And you don't want to inundate people with fluff and your own stuff, right?
I always, if someone ever talks, I had this conversation last week about someone who wants to be a realtor. And I said, how well do you handle rejection? And they're like, not well. I go, okay. How well do you handle annoying people and feeling like you're annoying people? And she was like, I don't do that. I go, oh, then you can't do this. Because the best way, the way I describe it is, it's not our job to ask you for business. It's our job to ask you at the right time for business. And the problem is we don't know when the time is right. So we have to ask for business.
Right. And what I've done, I've taken the approach of connection over perfection.
Yeah.
So I connect with my sphere and with my CRM.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about the market reports.
Good.
Because everybody sends out a market report.
Yep.
Like everybody. So for me, it's what's going on in my life.
Okay.
What's going on in the city? What's going on in the neighborhoods? What, like, the data stuff is
everyone does
is noise to most people.
Yep.
Now I do have some that reach out to me directly.
Yeah.
And ask me for it.
Yeah.
And I will provide it, of course.
You're not gonna be like, no.
Right.
No, I'm good.
But when it comes to like drip campaigns and things of that nature, I really make it all about just life.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like you get a Christmas letter every month from me.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's a great way to sell yourself.
Yeah.
You know what like we're gonna be is a Christmas letter every month.
Right.
From Santa.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm growing this big beard. So I can play Santa and finding all the weight that you've lost.
So, okay, I want to bring it back here.
Yeah.
So that first year you did 37,000.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next year look like?
Yeah. So then the next year, so my next full year, we'll call it, I was, at the time I was with Exit Realty.
Yep.
So we went January to January.
Okay.
So then my reset would have been January 2018. So 2018 was, it was north of 100. I want to say it was like 128 if I remember.
Quadruple.
Yeah.
Quadruple.
Yeah.
What was the difference?
Zoning in on the type of clients I was working with.
Okay.
And I caught that on really quick too. Dave, the mentor at the time, said, Rod, there's two ways to make more money in this business. Sell more houses or sell more house. And I thought, okay, the average sale price in 2017 in Fredericton is $177,000.
Yeah.
I need to start selling $400,000 houses.
Good for you.
So I started knocking on my neighborhood. I lived in the $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 house neighborhood. Why aren't I
selling it?
Talking to my neighbors.
Right.
The best, and I'm not a door knocker, but the best thing that I ever did in my neighborhood was walk my dog.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
Yeah.
I meet people all the time. And not only meet people, I now have friends throughout the entire neighborhood. I have neighbors that bring me maple syrup in the spring, and I have neighbors that drop off gifts at my door that still haven't done business with me.
But they will.
But they will.
But they will.
Right? And I
Right.
have the neighbors that say, "Hey, Rob, my daughter's looking for a house.
Yeah.
Can you help her?"
Of course.
And I do. Oh, I wish I'd really dug into the metrics of it, but I'm sure it's 50% plus of my business is literally from the neighborhood I can walk.
Really?
Yeah, I walk to a lot of my listing appointments.
That must be nice.
It's very nice.
Must be so nice.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, and not only that, but now I've also become that agent that other agents call when they list one in my neighborhood. And I'm not upset when they list one. I think it's great.
Just ag the neighbor, right? Just walk by,
yeah.
Walk the dog.
But you know, a lot of times, like, you know, it's one of those things where the neighbor hasn't met me yet, or whatever, or they have a relationship with the other
of course.
realtor, and it's fine, right? But I get those calls
about the area,
probably on a weekly basis.
Okay.
Hey, Rob, I'm going to list. Can you come help me?
So you went farm.
Oh, big farm.
Went
absolutely.
Farm.
And I did that. I started doing that with Canada Post. I flyered a lot.
You flyered a lot.
Yeah, I flyered quarterly.
Yeah.
I did that for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I realized that it was costly.
Yeah.
To flyer, right?
And they're still going bankrupt.
But then there was the disruptions.
Yeah.
So then the disruptions caused me to pivot.
Yes.
And how am I going to get information to these people? So last year, just oddly enough, so the neighborhood I live in, the community I live in is 3,800 homes. And so it's not a huge area.
But if you sell 10%, that's like, just think about it this way.
There you go.
10% is 380.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, you just do a dent.
Yeah. And so I was really fortunate that the mayor and council had reached out to me and asked if I would be the title sponsor for I live in a place called Hanwell, New Brunswick, for Hanwell Days.
Wow.
I let Susan, who reached out to me from council at the time, I said, can I get back to you? And she's, oh yeah, take your time. Well, I was back to her within an hour.
Of course you were.
All I had to do was ask Erica, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because my wife's also a CPA.
So
I said,
okay.
You know, this is the cost.
Yeah.
What do you think? She said, Rob, you'd spend that in a month anyway. So
100%.
Like, why wouldn't you spend it in a community that you already farm? That's a no-brainer, she said. And my wife's not a no-brainer kind of person. So I was like, okay, if she's saying it, then yes. So I called Susan back and said, yeah, I'm in. And, you know, I'll do it again next year. And I'll do it again if they ask me the year after.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because it's your farm.
It's my farm. So, on what I spent on quarterly ad spend through
Mail
Canada
marketing.
Post, I can spend hosting a 4-day event and get to talk to people.
Yep.
Not just put a piece of paper in their mailbox.
They throw in the garbage.
90-some% of it goes in the recycle box right away, right?
Yeah.
My mom puts it on the fridge. That's about it. So, you know, and I know that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm playing the math.
Yep.
Well, fast forward to hiring a business coach.
Right.
And realizing that the CRM, is where my business is.
Yeah.
So now I've implemented systems that I can now exploit my CRM in ways that net me repeat referral.
Well, that's the whole point of CRM.
Totally.
Right. So I want to say, because we're going to get to the business. I want to map this out for people at home, because it also helps me keeping, like, people miss. You've done a lot in the career, and like it always helps to go back, because it just you get to look at moments that you're like, this was a big moment that I don't remember or acknowledge anymore. So like you go through that second year where you make once again, a few offhand remarks. You are a realtor. You work your CRM. If you rather, instead of selling more homes, sell more house. Yeah. All like 3 sentences that make such a huge impact to you and your business. So you implement that in year 2, start farming. Mm-hmm. Was that your eureka moment going into year 3 of like, oh, I think I've got this kind of like, I know what we're going to do now to sell these houses? Or how are you feeling going into 2019?
So yeah, I don't know if I ever really had a eureka moment. And I really have to, those 3 things, moments that we talked about, I would chalk up to
as
sort of
moments.
mini eurekas.
Yeah.
They were enlightening.
Yeah.
And pivotal.
Okay.
right? That they were moments that I can take and go, okay, I'm making a move on this,
Yes.
right? And when you hear those things and they resonate and they bounce around in your head, and then you start to go, aha, it's the aha moment.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the perfect way to put it. It's
Yeah.
the aha moment.
Yeah.
Right.
So I've
That's
had
like,
several of those,
right.
right? And then it also comes down to just being really comfortable with who you are,
Yes.
right? There's a lot of character play in real estate, and people like to drive fancy cars and they can't afford them, and some people can absolutely afford them and don't,
Yep.
right? It's
Yep.
so it's really it's who do you want to be?
Right.
So back in 2017 when I started,
Right.
I wanted to brand myself. So what I did is I asked friends, who am I?
Good for you.
And it's like, if
That's
you could
hard.
describe who I am, and don't ask your mom or don't ask your dad, and don't ask your brother, don't ask those people,
That's a brave
right?
question.
Ask the third party, like ask the person that's a
Yeah.
little bit removed, that's your friend, that's going to be brutally honest with you too.
Yeah.
And I asked, like, it was 5 or 6 friends. It wasn't like a great big cohort, but all of them came back with all the same answers.
You're an asshole.
That's true. Yeah. Number one. So I've got that down. I could play that all day. But it was the outdoor enthusiast.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah. And it's funny how you don't realize, like, yeah, because this is what you do.
Right.
Right. But when someone tells you this is how they see you, right?
Right.
So I started thinking, okay, well, if I'm going to brand myself this way, like, how does that look? Well, this is years before ChatGPT could help me figure that out, right? So I started asking people in business and in marketing to help me.
And they were like, "You're outdoorsman."
And then I had one fella, he said, you need to buy a website and we're going to find one for you today. And he's an action guy.
Wow.
So he went and he said, watch this. And he goes on to GoDaddy and he searches a few different websites. And he said, how about this one? And I looked at it and I hummed and hawed and I thought, yeah, okay. At first it kind of sounded, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it was Go Fredericton. And, Fredericton is the capital city of New Brunswick. It's literally the next door town to where I live. I mean, I live in Fredericton,
Yeah.
what I tell people, even though I'm 5 minutes away.
Yeah. I tell people I'm in Halifax,
right?
but I'm in Wolfville.
So the Go Fredericton brand was born in 2017. And I had it plastered on the side of my car, and for the website and whatnot, and it started to grow. And now it's funny when I look at the DDF metrics and the analytics for listings. Go Fredericton is in the top 5 websites searched for real estate in Fredericton.
Holy shit!
And so I and I grew that because of the brand that I wanted to build, right? And I created some videos around it and whatnot, and sponsored some events. And now, when I created my team, the team name is not me. It's not Rob Brown team, right? It's the Go Fredericton team,
right?
And so my idea of a team was to create a team that worked and operated as a team,
right?
Propped each other up, helped each other, so that when you take a vacation, you can take a vacation,
right? Yeah,
right. And so my team members love it.
Of course they do.
Right? Because now they feel like they're building a brand too.
Yeah, because they can, because I noticed this early on in my career where I found bigger agents in Halifax. There's a few of them. We could probably talk to them. You probably know their names off air, but they've named their teams after themselves.
Yeah, and that's common.
Classic. It's
totally
super common.
Yeah.
I found that those teams have a struggle with passing it.
Yeah.
That's where like the big disconnect is you say you could put the Jason Paul team. Well, if the Jason Paul team is number 1 real estate team in Halifax, people want Jason Paul.
Right.
They do not want Rob Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
They do not want da-da-da-da. No, I want the guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's who this thing is about. That's why, like, my wife and I are a team, and we named it the Infinity Real Estate Group.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want anything to do with Jason or Anya or Paul, like just nothing.
And you can
that.
scale it. That's
100%.
the beauty. It doesn't bear your name. You can scale it in other markets or in your own market.
And give it away. You can literally say, hey, you're also part of Infinity. You are an Infinity agent.
Yeah.
Go show this house, Infinity agent.
Totally.
We don't need Jason. And that's why people, and also they want, like, it's theirs too.
Yeah, I get it.
It's hard for people to be invested in something like, how am I supposed to grow the Jason Paul team when I am, Matthew's son?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you give them something that they can identify with And then you have to you talk about branding, but then you talk about like the values of the brand. Like, what do you believe in? Like,
Right.
what are your values? Ours is on the website. It's respect, honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
Yeah.
Like, those are the things that we believe in. Now,
Yeah.
it's so cliche. Everyone picks those fucking words. Like, let's be clear. We're like you go to Coca-Cola, they probably have the same shits. They could probably sue me for copyright.
Yeah.
But like, it depends how those words and what that branding is to you. If you're a part of the team, how does that resonate? And you'll find out through their impact and what they do with it. And long tangent about fucking team names, but it's like, that would be, you did the right thing, and you can see it today because you have a whole team at Go Fredericton that are all enthusiastic and invested in building that brand and awareness.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah. And they're proud of the team.
Yeah.
Right. And they're proud to say, if I'm not available, someone from the team will be.
Yeah.
Right. And it doesn't affect their paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we help each other out.
Right.
It's a really neat dynamic. And my coach told me when I started a team, he said, Rob, the one mistake most people do is they start too big. So don't start big.
Okay.
Right? And I took him to heart.
Yeah.
So we have a team of 5.
Yes.
Right. And do we want to grow? Sure.
Yep.
But it's not our goal. Right. Our mission is to help, inspire, and serve. So, that's
a good value header.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help, inspire, and serve.
Yeah. So I kind of stole that, I think, from Ed Milet back a few years ago.
We all steal from someone.
Absolutely. Right. And good guy to steal from.
Yeah.
And that's our mission is just to live that every day. Right. And we do it. Fall short sometimes, but we do it.
I want to bring it back. 2019. I'm going to get into units here.
You bet.
Number of units first year.
So yeah, first year units. Oh my goodness, it was right around. I think it was 12.
Okay.
I want to say it was 12.
Second year.
So second year, oh boy, we were up into the 30s because I remember getting my silver award.
There you go, at exit.
Yeah.
Third year.
Yeah. So then we're jumping into low 40s.
Okay.
And then consistently from there, it's been literally 48 for the last number of years, except for last year.
How many did you last year?
75.
So that was your big.
That was my pivotal year where I implemented systems.
Okay.
And intentionally worked the systems.
So walk me through this. You've managed to scale this business up from 12 to 48 deals. Going into 2024 would have been the year you hit 75. So how, long questions. There are going to be lots of little ones in this one. When you're doing 48, you're stuck at 48.
Yeah. Oh, I was plateaued. And
you're frustrated, I'm guessing.
Totally.
Yeah.
and even though I was on a team, I felt so plateaued, even though there's huge productive agents around me. And I mean, I was a big production agent too. Yep. I mean, at 48, it's not a low production.
Hell no, you're definitely the top 2% probably.
But there were some things missing.
Yeah.
Right. And I was, you said it earlier, burnout.
Right.
I was approaching a burnout, not a crash, but like just a burnout where it's like I was not going to care.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And because my capacity was at 101%.
Right.
And it just couldn't go any further.
So, okay. So then you get to 48, you realize, and good for you for recognizing and saying like, I can't move past this. I'm headbutting a ceiling. I'm punching the ceiling. I'm kicking a ceiling. So to change that, what did you do?
I hired.
You hired.
Yep. So I'm going to go to 2022.
By all means.
And, 2023.
Yep.
2023, August 22.
Yep.
My dad dies. So I got to spend 7 weeks with him.
Okay.
He was diagnosed in end of June, and made it through some time. We knew it was terminal.
Yeah.
And so I got to spend a lot of time with Dad.
Okay.
So I took a couple months off.
Yeah.
But still did 48 deals. Right? And still did the largest single deal for EXP in New Brunswick.
Good for you.
At $3.8 million.
Okay.
And, you know, so I started thinking like, I'm going through this hell and this mourning process of losing my dad. My dad was only 17 years older than me, so we were
17 years older than you.
yeah, so
So
we were
he's young.
close, right? So we were buds.
Yeah.
Dad and I were kind of like, if I didn't have a tool, he had a tool. And we just borrowed each other's tools and helped
Yep.
each other out and those things, right? Um, so it hit me hard, and it made me start to identify who I am.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is going through the loss and then going into Dad's birthday would have been September that year.
Oof.
So from August to September, hearing his friends and his colleagues talk about him as a person,
Right.
I started to hear the same thing over and over again, how helpful my dad was. And my dad was the kind of guy that you could call on a Friday night and say, hey, Bob, can you come over tomorrow at 7 a.m. and help me,
Hang some drywall.
lift this bag of shit out of a deep well? And he'd like, yeah, do I need to bring any tools with me? Not a no, I'm busy. It's, yeah, can I bring anything to help?
Right.
Right? And I kept hearing that over and over. And I thought, oh my goodness, what happens when I die?
Well,
What are people going to say about Rob Brown? So then I realized I need help. And I started asking for it. And then I realized asking for help wasn't a weakness. It was powerful.
Yep.
And literally, I just said, okay, I can ask for help and people will do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
That is.
Right? Because I like to be helpful, but I should be able to ask for help too.
Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, now I'm going to hire somebody to help me.
Good for you.
And that was another aha.
Yeah.
Well, we go back to Eureka. That's probably the Eureka moment. The hiring someone to help you and bringing Heather into my life and having her take on parts of the role that are burdensome to some people.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not an admin.
No.
By any means.
No. No.
I'm good at kitchen tables and I'm good at helping people through situations, but ask me to write a report about that, you're not getting that report, right? So that's I'm trying to remember exactly how you worded your question, but the asking for help and then getting the help
Were your two biggest points.
were the big ones.
Right.
The big ones. That's what took me from 48 to 75.
When you said you implemented systems,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not asking for help is just someone to take the load off, but you still have to build the business
Sure.
and curate the business.
Yep.
So the first big milestone, of course, in this is I need help. I'm finally going to ask for help.
Yeah.
So you hire someone and they are there to help you. What is the focus and what are the systems that you're like, this is where we're going to make the biggest impacts in our business? Because to go from 48 to 75, that is almost 50% growth, or actually 50%. It's about 52% by the math.
Right.
And not every realtor hits that ever
right.
in their career. So what is it? What were the things that you're like, I know exactly what this business needs?
Yeah. So I hired a coach.
Okay.
And then I hired Heather.
Okay. Big financial commitments.
Yeah. It was a big spend year.
Yeah.
And then what I did was I had Heather go through the program with my coach.
Oh.
So I hired somebody.
And then got a coach
and she has her own coach as well through our coaching program.
Okay.
So she gets coaching every Friday.
Yep.
For administrative work.
Okay.
For real estate. And then I get coaching from my coach.
On how to be a leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then what that did is that freed up that capacity where I was at 101%. Then I went down to
60.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the biggest thing with admins that I've heard, I haven't hired one yet, but the biggest thing I've heard about admins is the 3 to 6 months it takes to train them.
This was not that time.
Because you hired it out.
Yeah. So exactly. So what I did, when I brought Heather on, it was an immediate implement her into my coaching system.
Okay.
So that she could do the modules and the courses on systems that I was going to implement into my business.
Smart.
But I needed her. So I flipped from being just a realtor to a business owner.
Good for you.
And that was a huge eureka.
Yeah.
Like that's very, very pivotal. So that's where I completely shifted 180, right?
Okay.
Where it's okay, I'm not just going out and
Messing about.
yeah, right? Like mucking around
Yeah.
and
It's funny. You know
having
what?
coffee and drinks with
It's the
people.
wrong way to say it, but most realtors are stuck in the routine of I'm just going to get up and start my day,
Oh,
and
yeah,
whatever happens, happens.
yeah. And they get a sign call and they drop everything and go
And
do
they
it.
run and they
And
run because it's a lead, but they don't get many leads, and they
right.
have to because they haven't generated 15 leads.
Yeah.
So when they get one, it's oh my god, they called during my child's birthday. I have to go run because
Yeah.
it's a lead,
Yeah.
right? So that's where most of the people get in and out of this industry.
Yeah.
Is because they don't generate consistently to alleviate the rest of their lives. So it's funny, like when you said muck about, I just want to give context
Totally.
as to what the average realtor in Nova Scotia does 4 to 6 deals a year.
Right.
Right. So they literally get up. There's no system. There's no purpose, or there's no point of attack. There's no plan of like, my day is, I know what I'm doing. So I just want to give context because people can take that statement a certain way. It's the top 20% of realtors that you talk to that are like, no, my day is scheduled like clockwork. Like my day is scheduled from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah.
The rest is for appointments and viewings.
Totally. Absolutely.
Anyway, you decided to not Bambi about anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be splayed on the ice like a deer, right? So I wanted to walk with intention.
Yeah.
And having Heather plugged into the system that I had plugged into myself.
Yes.
Got us both on the same page. We both know
very quickly.
There was no 3-month ramp up for
yeah.
her. Like it was maybe 3 weeks.
Wow.
Right? Like
okay.
And then as we started to develop our relationship, I quickly realized Heather needs to be licensed.
Okay.
We got Heather licensed real quick.
I bet you, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And now she's not customer facing. And people are like, Rob, why do you want a licensed assistant? I said, because there's a lot of things in this business that you should have a license to do.
Right.
Right? Like writing an offer is one thing. And you could have a non-licensed assistant write the offer, but you cannot submit it to the client.
Nope.
I have to review it.
Yeah. So
I would much rather have her be licensed so that if I'm away,
she can write
she needs to write an offer, which happened while I was in Ireland.
Yeah.
Right? And, she can do that.
Right.
If she needs to do an open house because a client needs an open house done, she can do that. She needs to unlock a door, she can do that. If she needs to be present during an inspection review, she can do that. So I was able to scale. So I tell people all the time now, if you hire an assistant and you hire somebody that's 25% of you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And you're working at 100%, that's 125%.
Yep.
Right? Well, then if you build a team, and that those team members are a certain percentage of you,
right?
You start to scale yourself.
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yep.
And once you get the right people on your team that have similar values.
Yep.
And when I mean values of how they treat people.
Yep.
and things like that, right? If you looked at my team and put the 5 of us in a room, you would never in your wildest dreams think that those 5 people could ever form a team. They're so vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
Like vastly different.
Okay.
Right? And I love it. Because now we have all these perspectives.
Right.
Right? But the one thing we hold true is how we're going to treat people.
It's consistent.
And how we're going to serve people.
Right.
And then, so Heather is that fancy bow around that whole package.
Right.
Because Heather takes on all our whole team's admin. So now I've taken the stress away from salespeople.
Yep. Yep.
I don't have to worry about the admin anymore.
Yep.
Right. So with EXP, we use a program called SkySlope.
Yep.
When you talk to agents, the number one thing they hate is admin.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And FinTrack,
bane of my existence.
All these things that are administerial.
Yep.
Heather now can do, and she's licensed, so she's able to do everything.
Right. She can upload the files.
Exactly. So we're doing it completely above board.
Yep.
Right. So hiring her and getting her licensed was a huge shift.
Well, yeah, because you get so much off your plate.
Yeah.
You get so much, and like it's not even just that; it's also the idea of like, I don't need to be everywhere.
Right.
I don't need to do everything.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a much smaller scale. My wife just got her license, but we talked about Icon and how I'm gonna fall short this year. It's fine. I'll use that as my rage for next year.
There you go. Yeah. Build on that.
Yeah, but I gave her 3 deals. Her first 3 deals were all leads that I had. I looked at her and she's like, I'm going out for my viewings, I'm going out for my appointments, and I'm saying with the biggest smile on my face because she's like, why are you so happy? I'm like, because I don't have to.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
you can focus on other things in the business.
This is what I get today. Like I could be like, oh my God, like I want to touch up our post transaction touch plan.
Yeah.
Like that needs some work. I'm going to take, instead of going out for this viewing, a minimum hour, to drive to this house, open the door, be there for 30 minutes, come back home, minimum time to do this stuff. No. You go.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this hour and a half and I'm going to put, it has allowed me to do like little things that I can't do.
Yeah.
Or that I don't have the capacity for because I'm at 100%.
Yeah.
So like when you say like it just alleviates, like even for me, like that small thing of her, like she's been shadowing all my buyer's appointments and all of my listing appointments over the last 3 months.
Yeah.
She's got it in the fact that like she's ready to run buyer's appointments. So she's doing her first own buyer's appointment by herself this weekend. She can run it. She knows what the script is and she knows how I've run it. Great. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Nope.
I don't have to be like, oh, what's your schedule? Because we have to now balance 3 people's schedules. No, your buyer lead, you fucking convert it.
Yeah.
Go. Trust me. Preaching to I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But that's exactly what the feeling is. You feel like you have so much time back.
Yeah. And what that time has allowed me is to invest it back into the team.
Right.
So, because people always ask, hey, Rob, you charge your team a certain percentage for them to be on your team, but what do they get back? Everyone wants to know what the return is. What do they get back, right?
Yep.
Well, what if I said I could create a team for you where you had a full-time admin who's licensed, who's going to do all of your paperwork for you, all the stuff that you don't like to file, and you got one-on-one coaching, you got team meetings, you have systems that are proven, and if you implement them, you'll get business from them.
Yep.
What would you pay to be on that team? Right?
Yep.
And what I have my agents paying me is less than what most people pay to be on a team like that.
Right.
So I find for me and my team all agrees, they get huge value for the percentage that they pay to be on my team.
Okay.
I'm not making money off my team. Yes, okay, there's money being made, but it's being poured back into the business.
Right.
Right? Because if you got to pay an administrative assistant, let's call it $50,000 a year, right? That comes out of somebody's pocket.
100%. 100%. Yep.
It's mine.
Yep.
Well, it's Go Fredericton.
No, but it's yours. It's from the profits, which, yeah.
And then, implementing the systems and the cost of doing certain things, that's all, everything's taken care of for the team.
Right.
And they all seem to find the value. And I love that.
Right. That's
because it was so nervous for me to say, hey, I'm going to need 25% of your paycheck. Right?
Yeah. It's so much money.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing though is like, people don't know this, but most teams take 50.
Exactly.
Most teams minimum.
Yep.
But they'll sell it as we're gonna provide you with everything.
Yeah. So what I did when I created my team, so the week before we launched the team, that Friday, I had all the team members go home and I said, on Monday, I want you each give me a 1-page expectations of me. So I want you to write out what you expect of me as your team leader.
Okay.
I got them all on Monday and I reviewed them all, and not one of those agents said provide leads.
Holy shit.
I knew I had the right people.
Well,
They were not relying on me to give them business.
You are the only second person in 8.5 years I've heard be a team lead, provide a shit ton of value, and not guarantee leads.
I guarantee them 0 leads.
Do you know who the other one is?
Who's that?
John Pico.
Really?
John Pico is the only other one.
That's cool. That's good to know. Wow.
Yeah.
I like being in that company.
Yeah, it's great.
It's neat because what I then tell them is, here's what I'm going to do. Right. I'm going to show you how to generate leads.
That's it. Well, that's the value.
It's to teach a man to fish, right?
That's it.
And not to get biblical, but that's that's the way to do it.
That's the game,
right?
Yep.
It's the leading the horse to water,
That's
and
it.
so I teach my team how to generate leads, and I have an immigrant on my team. She's from Asia. She could be in the, oh man, this is tough. I don't know anybody.
Yep.
Since joining my team, she has 5 times her business.
That's amazing.
Her husband was a skeptic. He was like, you're not going to go work for that guy and pay him 25%? No way.
Yeah.
She's come to me this year and said, Rob, I've made more money than ever.
Good for
and
you.
that includes paying you 25% of it.
That's amazing.
Right? So to me, it was like, yes, this works.
This works.
Right? And, and the other team members aren't there. They haven't 5 times their business, but they want to.
Yeah, of course.
And then so we use her as an example in meetings
Yep.
to say, okay, remember when I say, let's implement this system.
Yep.
And if you execute and you do it, even if you don't do it well, at least execute and do it.
Yeah.
Look what happens.
That's right.
Leads come in.
Right.
Right. They come in, and most of the time they come in because they're referrals.
Right.
They're these agents are new. They're not getting repeat business yet. They're getting the odd one, but they're all only a couple of years in the business, right? It's a new team.
It's a new team. They're all young pups.
Exactly.
And you're just showing them how the game works. Who said this to me? I said this to someone pretty recently. Someone asked me how I felt about with AI. Someone was like, Realtor's probably going to get out of business because of AI. I'm not even going to debate that topic. You just shook your head. I'm not even going in there.
The people that aren't going to use AI might be out of the business, but those that use AI will stay in the business.
I said, even if real estate dies, I will be fine. And they said, why do you think that? And I said, because I understand how to make money now.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how to sell.
Yeah.
That is a skill that you cannot take away from me.
Nope.
I know what it's like to generate a lead, to follow up with a lead, to convert a lead, and to transact a lead, and then how to follow up with the lead after they're happy.
Right.
I'm fine. But what you're taught, that's the value you're giving them. They're giving these people the value of, listen, I always say real estate is a scary thing to do.
Yeah.
It's hard. I played professional sports for a good time and had fun in it and reached a high level of sport. Real estate's much fucking harder.
Well, you wake up every day unemployed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the hardest thing is leads. The hardest thing is no one knows how to do this, or everyone be a realtor. How do you get a lead? How do you find a person? How do you transact a person? How do you help someone start to finish their process? How do you follow someone for 2.5 years until they're ready to transact?
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay in touch with someone when they say, well, I'm not buying in 2026, but I want to buy in 2027? Well, when in 2027? I don't know when, but how do you?
Yep.
So you're taking that's the value. And that's why people will happily pay you 25%.
Absolutely.
Value. That's what you're providing.
Yeah. And they'll have that one-on-one with me every month. Which is
once a month?
Once a month, they get a one-on-one.
Okay.
Which is a mindset. It's not operational training. It's not sales training. None of that.
Okay.
It's all mindset.
Yeah, because you're doing the sales training and the team meetings.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So now it's mindset shift. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've been down this month. What's going on?
Yep.
The emotional side of it, because realtors are dictated by their emotions.
Yep.
I mean, how hard is it? I was going to ask you the question. How hard is it to make a phone call when you don't want to?
Right. Well, it's really easy because you don't.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the easiest phone call to make is when you want to.
Absolutely.
Right? But we don't get paid for the phone calls we want to make.
Yeah.
We get paid for the phone calls we do not want to make.
Right.
That's how, it's such an easy way to ramp up the business.
Yeah. And our goal on our team is not to make the calls.
Okay.
Our goal is to have the calls coming in.
It's a good way to frame it.
Right. So,
okay.
and by doing that, it's the little things we do throughout the year for our existing clientele.
Okay. So this is where we're now I want to get into these systems and this framework you built, because listen, it sounds like you built a great house in this business of Go Fredericton. It sounds like you built a great business over the last 7 years, 8 years, right? But we've been hinting at these things. So what are these systems that you've put in place so that the calls come in and they don't go out,
Yeah.
which is a lovely, lovely way to live your
Yeah.
life as a realtor.
So some of the things I'll call them what's the word?
Proprietary?
Proprietary. Thank
Okay.
you. So I won't divulge exactly what it is.
That's okay.
But I will tell you that all of our buyers.
Yep.
And the reason we have them scaled in buyers is because we know where they live. Sometimes sellers become buyers.
Yep.
But sometimes sellers move away.
Yes.
So in our CRM, we have everything. Everyone's hashtagged.
Yes.
So we can build smart campaigns.
Okay.
So one of our smart campaigns is birthday.
Yep.
Well, what do most realtors do for people on their birthday?
Text.
Okay. How would you like to have a gift on your doorstep, hand delivered on your birthday?
Every year?
Every year.
You're a good realtor.
Yeah.
You're way more generous than most.
Right? And so, we can wow them with a closing gift.
Yep.
If it's not personal, it's not really, it's just another gift.
Right.
Right? It's like the 10th bottle of wine that you're going to get at Christmas next month.
Yeah. How am I going to drink all this?
It's going to blend, right?
Yep.
So we've stepped away from the norm.
Yeah.
And we've gone into micro.
I'm going to push back a little bit on that statement, actually. I don't think you've pushed back against the norm. I think you've done what you've said from the beginning, where you've found out who you are in this business, and you've leaned into what Rob Brown or Go Fredericton would do, and you've implemented that in your business.
Right.
Because you are 30 minutes ago, you said, what will people say about me when I die? Well, I want to be like my dad and say that I help people. Well, a great way to help people is acknowledging their birthday with a little gift. Right. So I can't say, yes, it's not normal, but based on this conversation, it actually seems like the most normal thing that you would come up with.
True. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Totally.
Right. Like, it just sounds like we said this in the beginning of, there are a lot of characters in this game, and there are a shit ton of characters in this game.
Mm-hmm.
By that birthday idea of a gift every year hand delivered on your doorstep, that's just something you would do.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say. You've just found a way to scale what you would do and how you want to treat people.
And what I've done is taken it so now every member of the team does that.
Right.
And these gifts are non-branded.
Oh shit.
So there's
nothing.
No.
You don't even.
It's a thank you from Rob.
Okay.
It's a happy birthday from Rob.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
That's it though.
I just pictured a box.
No,
nothing on it, and you're like,
well, eventually, after 2 or 3 years, I'm sure they would figure it out.
Yeah, of course.
How many birthday gifts are they getting dropped off on their doorstep on their birthday? Right.
Right.
And then we do a particular style of photo.
Okay. Yep.
On closing day.
Yep.
And then we follow that up a few months later with a small gift that represents that photo.
Okay. Proprietary. That's the proprietary part. Okay.
Yeah. So what happens then is they start to get these touch points throughout the year. And as intentional as they are, there's meaning behind them. Yeah. They're not just simple.
Do you know anything about buying someone's house?
Right.
That cliche fucking sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then we've taken, we'll call it the Brian Buffini approach.
Yep.
With pop buys.
Yes.
And now we intentionally do quarterly pop buys.
To all of your clients?
No.
Fuck, I was going to say.
So what we do, and it's not that we're categorizing clients like Brian does. Brian will say your A+, your A's, and your B's, and your C's, right? So what I do is I want to say, let's take all of our clients and then split them up into 4.
Okay.
So then
one quarter.
So then your entire client list gets at least 1 pop buy a year.
And these are past clients.
These are all past.
Yeah, they have to transact.
Yeah.
You're not running the database.
Yes.
The CRM.
However, in January.
Oh, God.
We, instead of doing Christmas drop-bys, January, you get a New Year drop-by.
You know what?
And that also goes to your oh my goodness, I'm losing my words. I'm getting old.
Your touch plan?
Your prospects.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, and we're very intentional with our prospects in that we analyze we have a bucket.
Yep.
That we call the 15-30.
Okay.
So you have a minimum of 15 to 30 in your bucket that are going to transact with you in the next 6 to 18 months.
Oh shit.
So
your
you
pipeline.
So you have to keep that
pipeline full.
Minimum 15.
Minimum.
If you drop below 15, it's 911. And what happens then is you are grabbing every house you can to open house. You're going to start door knocking. You're going to start making phone calls. You're going to start doing the things that you may not like to do.
Yeah.
To generate leads.
Because you got to get back up to that.
Because you got to get it back up over 15. Because if you can have 15 in your pipeline.
Even if it's 15, even have a 50% conversion rate, which is low, based on everything you've talked about today.
Yeah.
You're still at 7.5 deals a quarter.
Right. You're going to sell 20 deals a year.
Yeah.
By keeping 15 in your pipeline at all times, minimum. Right?
Minimum.
And so if you want to be a high production agent, you can have
better hit 30.
Either hit 30 or have really high quality 15.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not the guy that's going to have 30.
No.
I'm the guy that's going to be between 15 and 20.
But they're quality.
Exactly. Right. And what I do like is we analyze that on a very consistent basis.
Yeah, every Monday every business meeting, I'm assuming when you're doing sales funnel, you're looking at people's.
Right. We want to see where are you at in your 15-30.
Yeah, I did. I started doing what I call the STAR game.
Okay.
Super simple. You have a pipeline. You take the pipeline. I write it out though. This all gets written out, and I write down every lead I've got in the pipeline, and I put a star next to them, and the star means they're transacting.
Yeah. Okay.
I know who they are. I know they're moving. I know when. I know what we're looking. If it's a buyer, they're pre-approved. The search edge is up. We're looking.
Yep.
Or they're in the process of being pre-approved, and they have a timeline if they want to be in a new house by, let's say, July. Great. You got a star. If I have a listing and I know when they want to sell, I know what we're selling, I know what price point we're selling in, and we started the pre-list package. Great. You get a star.
Yeah.
And then from those, I can go, okay, these are my stars. Let's say I got 10 leads, 3 are stars. Then I'll look at the other side and I go, okay, who do I have to call and how do I move them into star?
Okay.
I just go by star. Like I know your star is essentially me being like, I know your timeline, I know your budget, I know when, I know who, I know why, I know where, I know when.
Okay.
I know everything about the lead that I need to know. And that's how they get a star. Because I'm like, okay, that's a raw I got that. That's a deal. I just haven't found the stupid house yet. Because it's fucking January.
Our first star is a deal flow email.
Okay.
So each buyer and seller, we have 3 separate deal flow emails.
Okay.
When we bring on a new client, whether they be a seller or a buyer, deal flow email number 1 goes out.
Yep.
And that sets the stage for what they need to do.
Yep.
So if they're a seller, it's talking about what you need to do your home and all those things.
Yep.
They haven't signed yet.
No.
They're just they're on the cusp.
Yeah.
But when they get that deal flow, that the idea is to get them into that sign on the dotted line, become a client, not just a customer.
Yeah.
The buyer side, it's prompting them to get their mortgage pre-approval. It's prompting them to search areas, locations. Tell me if there's any particular houses in the market or not on the market that you are interested and we'll investigate. So deal flow 1.
Yep.
And then as we start to move through the process, once you get an accepted offer as a buyer, deal flow number 2. Right?
Yep.
And they're all the what next emails.
Yes. You're right.
Yeah.
Your deal flow 1 is it's my star of like, you're moving. I know you're moving. The other ones are like, you've said you want to do something, but you won't go on an appointment. You haven't started pre-approval. Yeah. But you said you want to do something. So we're going to keep you in here and I'm aware of you. We're just going to follow up and provide value. But that's like, so that bucket, like I know who's my bucket.
Right. Yeah. So you graded your bucket. Yeah.
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 I do it about once a month.
Okay.
Just to, you fill, because you lead generate, you fill the pipe. It all goes in CRM, super simple. But then I go back and I'm like, okay, who's actually engaged?
Yep.
Who's asking questions? Because someone will transact if they're asking questions, right? If they're talking to you and being like inquisitive, they're going to do something.
Oh,
so that's a star. Okay. And then it's just put them at the top. Because then okay, well, if I need a deal today, well, I got my base here.
So we have we're using Bull Trail.
Yep.
but we also have our whiteboard.
Yeah, the whiteboard.
You know, the whiteboard is, for me, I can walk in the office and see it's visual.
Yep.
I don't log into my CRM as much as we've talked about CRM today. And reason being is I have Heather.
Yeah.
Talk about capacity.
Yeah.
How would you like to not have to log into your CRM?
I-
Right? So Heather manages my CRM now.
Yep. And she knows what's going on.
And she knows what's going on.
Right.
Right? And if anything needs attention,
She does it.
it's her and my wife are the only two people in my phone that if I have my phone on Do Not Disturb, the call comes through.
Yeah, of course.
Right? That's how important her call is to me.
Yeah.
Right? Because if she needs to get a hold of me,
She has to be able to get a hold of you.
my
Right.
phone needs to ring.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So if there's something in the CRM that needs absolute, something on fire taken care of,
Yep.
then it's taken care of.
Yeah. The whiteboard. I'm
Yeah.
curious. Is it laid out in a sense of like, is it like a full pipeline? Like, is it like
No,
lead, accepted offer, firm or conditional, firm, close?
that is on a Trello.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
I was just curious because
Yeah.
our mutual friend Jamie Green had that.
Oh, okay.
So
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Jamie was my first coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we met. And I had coaching every Monday at 9:30,
Mm-hmm.
every Monday. And I hated his fucking whiteboard because
Yep.
his whiteboard was always full and mine wasn't.
Right.
I hated that whiteboard.
Yep.
And it was laid out of like leads on the far left. It was leads, buyers, sellers, and he had B in bracket next to the buyers, and he had S, and those were people that were live on market, like
Mhm.
signed to contracts.
Yep.
And then he had under contract, and then next to each name he would have I inspection, F financing, I insurance, D deposit, L lawyer. He would just have it laid out.
Yeah.
And then he'd have his firm, and then at the very end he'd have his closed.
Right.
And I had nothing. And I remember just being like, one day I looked and I go, hey, like if you don't take that whiteboard down, we're gonna fight about it.
Yeah. So we are so that version.
Yeah.
For us, Skyslope does it.
Yep.
And then we also have Trello.
Okay.
So yes, there's some redundancy.
Yeah.
But Heather and I have talked about, like, I'd rather have redundant systems.
Yeah.
For those things.
Yeah.
And one crash.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you still have access.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas some of the other systems that we've talked about today are ones that are managed through our CRM.
Right.
Those birthdays
Yeah.
and closing.
The most important stuff. It is the most
Yeah.
important stuff. Like people, I know the funniest thing is people in real estate get caught up in the sales.
Yeah.
How many transactions?
Yeah.
And I know I've mentioned that today, being like, walk me through, because
Sure.
I was talking about transactions in the sense of like,
We'll set the stage.
I want to set the stage of who we're in the room
Right.
with, right? If I walk in, how many transactions you say one?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
well, do you want to listen to this?
It was $20 million.
Who's my best friend? Right. So I wanted to set the stage with the units, but people get caught up in the transactions when like it's really the touches.
Yeah.
And it's the quality of those touches that will make or break a career.
Yeah.
You talk about phone, you talk about calls coming in. You want calls coming in. It's going to be how you take care of the people that have transacted with you.
Oh yeah.
That's like,
Yeah.
that's the best way to do it. But that's where I always find when you talk to a realtor and they're not happy with their business, it's usually where they fall short.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a realtor. I coach too. I don't advertise it. I coach one guy.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We do a 30-minute call once a week.
Nice.
And I asked him last week, because my wife and I are doing a big touches for our whole client network over December.
Okay.
And we're organizing, there's a big Christmas party. We're doing our first custom Christmas gifts this year for clients.
Awesome.
It's a huge undertaking, but we're really enjoying it. But I asked a realtor who is a good agent, like probably did just under 6 figures this year, been licensed for 5-6 years. I asked him a few weeks ago. I said, "Have you talked to your past clients yet?" And he goes, "I've never talked to them."
Oh, that's a problem.
And I'm like, "That's like you're looking. Why are you asking strangers for business? Like, are they happy with you?" He's like, "I think so." And it's like, you should probably call them.
Yeah.
Because they transacted with you.
Totally.
That's your first.
Yeah.
That's your base. So I remember but it's crazy how many people don't do that.
Oh, and it's such low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
you know, and not to categorize human beings
Yep.
like this, but you know, it is really the easiest thing to do
If
is
you
unless you had a poor
experience.
moment in the transaction.
Yep.
But if you were able to correct it
Yep.
and make it right,
Yep.
you know, I tell everyone that said problems can be fixed with time and money.
Yep.
Sometimes both,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And that's what we have to offer.
Yes.
Right. And then when we do it with empathy and things like that, they remember that.
Yep.
So that $1,000 problem at closing, if you were able to help them with that because the seller was not going to,
Right.
but you're like, look, it's you
It's
know,
a new fridge.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
You've created this, you know, trust factor and human experience with it all.
Yep.
Right. And they're going to tell all their friends. They're not going to tell their friends that I sucked $1,000 out of my realtor. You should use that guy. They're going to say, you know, they helped when
Right.
they didn't need to.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I find and sometimes it doesn't cost money. Sometimes it's just time.
Sometimes
Right?
time is the most important thing we can give.
Yeah. And, you know, you can sit down with them and work through the problem.
Right.
And then get the solution.
Right.
And figure it out.
Yep.
Right. Sometimes we don't.
No.
Because we're scared to death that it's going to crumble and fall apart. Because what the problem is we might have been chasing the dollar. And I find when we chase the dollar, that's when everything falls apart. Right?
Everything goes to shit.
Yeah.
Same thing for me.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever done a deal for money.
Yeah.
And we're all guilty of it.
Totally.
Because
we've been there. We've all had those moments.
You need a commission.
Yep.
You're trying to pay for a mortgage, trying to pay for your family.
Yep.
And it's not that you give them bad advice. I don't think I've ever intentionally ever made someone, I've never done.
No, but it's probably clouded.
Ever. But there are times where you're like, you just do it because you see the check.
Totally.
And they're happy and you make sure that they're happy. But are they satisfied?
Right.
You know.
And those are the ones you avoid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I found, maybe you did, maybe you didn't, but in that beginning of COVID through to, you know, maybe that first year of COVID, there were clients that I never met.
Oh,
there were clients that I did not even get a chance to make a connection.
Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
And then 3 years later, they sell their house with another agent. I can't be mad at that.
No, God,
because I didn't even attempt to make I didn't even try to go visit them afterwards.
Right.
Right? Like it's what it like still upsets me.
Right.
To think that I had 2 or 3 clients
that you never
literally
met.
The lawyer gave the key.
Because it's COVID.
Right?
Right.
Or I hid the key on the property and they couldn't pick it up until closing.
Right.
Because we weren't allowed to see them.
Yep.
There was a period there, right?
Yep.
And, you know, bad on me for not saying, hey, you know what? We went through COVID. We really should meet. Because sometimes it's just through a Zoom call that you met these people and they were moving from another. And these were always out of province.
Of course. Like, no, it wasn't. They weren't in Moncton.
No. Like, you know, yeah. You know, and sometimes, you know, the folks that came from out of province are your best asset because they know other people from out of province as well that are moving and they don't know anybody else but you.
If you are looking at it from the business perspective, it's 100% like if someone's moving from out of province, like they really lean on us.
Totally. We're the expert.
We're the expert.
Yeah.
Also, like we can tell them what restaurants, what area, what the best part of the city is. Like we have we live here, we can help them out.
Exactly.
So like in that regard, like I can see why you would feel that way and rightly so, but it's also like, fuck, it was COVID.
Yeah, I know. But I feel bad. Well, and they were military clients as well.
Yep. Yeah, in and out.
And they were in and out. And
there's like I can see you're literally thinking about one.
I'm totally fixated on one right now.
You're totally fixated on one. Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Because I would do this.
Yeah.
Do you have them on Facebook?
Yeah.
You ever thought about just sending a message?
Yeah, that I didn't want to cross a line. They're already gone too.
I think that make it more sincere.
Yeah, maybe I should.
The transaction's over.
That's a good point.
It's on your mind.
Yeah, it is.
It weighs on you, right?
We, you know, I feel like we had a connection, even though there wasn't a face-to-face connection.
Right.
Like there was
Right.
joking on the phone.
It-
There's things like that.
It literally might be as simple as,
Yeah.
I just want to say,
Yeah.
congratulations, whatever the message is.
Yeah.
Right?
And they were pre the systems I have in place.
Yeah, of course.
So now, hopefully, the things that I'm doing for birthdays
is correcting that.
Will help.
Yeah.
Seal that up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
But I could
Oh,
see it on you.
Yeah. It's like the golf game. And I'm not a golfer, but I mean, I've played the game.
Yeah.
And you sit down in the clubhouse and you're talking with your buddies.
Yeah.
You always remember the shot that you really just screwed up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
it's never the goal.
Right. But I always say to golf is like real estate. You have that really good hit that makes you want to go play another round.
It's funny. I've got the same thing in my head right now. I've got someone who it's funny. The relationship didn't end badly by any means.
Mm-hmm.
It just went silent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anyone did anything wrong. It just went silent, and I noticed it, and I realized something bad happened because they unfriended me on Facebook.
Oh.
And I was like,
that's a slight. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I've done something here.
Okay.
And I know what I did.
You know what you did.
I know what.
Oh, well, that's good.
I knew what I did. And I popped by their office like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
With a card and a gift card, and I put in the card, "I'm sorry, I'm an asshole."
Wow. Yeah.
And they laughed, and we laughed.
Oh,
and we
nice.
hugged it out. And
good for you.
And I knew.
Yeah.
And it was me.
Yeah.
I know, and I knew exactly what I did. But there was no ill intent with it or anything like that. It was just simply like, you deserve an apology.
Yeah.
I don't even want it. I don't need anything. I don't want anything. You don't have to friend me back. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that, like,
yeah, get that off your conscience.
Yeah, I just know that you didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Not that I still don't think I did anything wrong.
Right.
But it just impacted them in a negative way.
It's too bad.
It's business.
Right.
Right. Just shit happens.
Yeah.
But I remember just being like, I just need to go in there and like really
good on you.
Own this, because I feel like shit about it. It's keeping me up.
Yeah.
You probably don't care.
Right. They don't probably.
They probably don't give a shit, right? They've
moved on.
But like that you never, like, that message might go a really long way, because like people, the funniest thing is, like, we talk about transactions. Like, I am a people person.
Mm-hmm.
I value the relationships. I really do. And that's so cliche to say a fucking salesperson. Like, I love everyone. Everyone loves me. Like, no, I don't love everyone, but I don't work with everyone.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right? Like, if I worked with everyone, I would hate everyone. Imagine you did every deal in Fredericton.
No.
You would hate the entire town of Fredericton.
Of course.
We have our clients that we want to work with.
Yeah.
Right. And like, when you work with them, you build a rapport, you build a relationship, and it's never fun when it goes just somewhere that it shouldn't have. Yeah. And that's like,
when it becomes purely transactional, it feels dirty.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
when there's no connection.
The biggest, every time in my career, every fucking time a deal becomes about the money, it's always the worst transaction.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. Everything's a fight, whether that's the other agent or the sellers or the buyers, like, everything's a fight. Going back to the table for something else is just a hard negotiation or hard tactic or hard conversation every single fucking time. And it's like a reoccurring nightmare.
Yeah.
To remind you, like, remember when you said, thankfully, like, I think one thing I agree over, I know you sure are great for this. We make enough money now that it's not about the money.
No, it's not. That's the thing. Like,
right?
Yeah. The money follows a good job.
Right.
Right. It does.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to bring it, because we're almost wrapped up. We're 20 after 4.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I said 4:30, you get out of here. You said something way earlier off air. You said that your business is the 3 R's.
Yes. Repeat.
Go on.
Yeah. So I tell everyone that I meet, or I get, like, when I get referred to a client and I ask them how I came to be in their house.
Yeah.
Most times it's, oh, well, so-and-so referred me.
Right.
And then I'll say, well, that's good, because I like to work on the 3 R's. They say, oh, what's that? I said, repeat, referral, and reputation. And that's what I want to build my client base on,
Right.
right? Is I don't want to chase new business. Now, yes, some of it is new because it's referred to me,
Yes.
but it's such a more warm new than a cold new.
It's the easiest, like getting a call from a past client, but like, hey, I got a name and number for you. Call them. They're
Yeah.
expecting it. Like that's such an easy.
Yeah. And I have such sweet clients. Well, they'll text me or call me and say, "Hey, Rob, is it okay if I refer someone to you?"
That's
Like,
hilarious.
of course it's okay. I'm
Absolutely not.
happy to, right? Like, you know,
Who do you think you are?
and it's funny that they think that, they think, oh, I don't want to bother you, right?
Right.
It's like, no, this is I love to help. Like, yeah, I'm happy to, right?
Right.
But sometimes they think because it's maybe a lower price property or a piece of land that I'm like, no, like I in this business, my number one record high sale and my number one record low sale both happened the same day.
That's funny.
Right? Like I sold a piece of dirt and then I sold a commercial property.
Right.
And they both happened in the same day.
Right.
I want to service both as best I can.
Right.
Right? And both were referrals. Right?
That's awesome.
Like, it's one of those things where, I love the repeat obviously is you have to work to make sure people are going to repeat business with you.
Yes.
Right? The referral, you have to work.
Yes.
Because you have to make sure that you're the trusted advisor, the expert, the person that they can trust to send their friends and family to.
Yep.
And then the reputation is, your brand is what people say behind your back.
Yep. Yep.
So whatever people saying behind your back is your brand.
Yep.
And, we've floated the name asshole a few times and stuff like that. If you're a genuine asshole,
they'll tell you.
That's your brand.
That's your brand.
That's what people are probably saying about you behind your back, right?
Yep.
So flip that script. If you want to be the helpful guy,
right,
or you want to be the inspiring guy or whatever it is or gal, then that's your brand.
Right.
So own that, be that. So that's what people are talking about behind your back.
Right.
When you're at the grocery store and you overhear somebody talking about real estate, you kind of hope that they're going to be saying your name.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Oh, well, there's my realtor.
Yeah.
Look, Rob.
Yeah. And that's another thing. We didn't touch on that, but about backtracking to way back early in my career.
Yep.
I plunked my ass in the same coffee shop every day, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Every day at 10 o'clock. Same coffee shop.
Okay.
And you sit there and you work away on your computer or you have a coffee with a friend or a client, but you're seen.
Yep.
Pick a busy spot downtown where foot traffic is, 100 plus people an hour.
Okay.
Sit there. Trust me. You will be recognized as a new agent. I think that's the best thing, to just be out there. I now have realtors that joke with me if they see me at a coffee shop and will say, "Oh, sorry, I don't want to take your space, Rob." Right? Because every day I go somewhere.
Okay.
Now, I don't do the same one every day anymore.
Yeah.
Starting off, that's what I did. And one of the reasons was I wanted to make sure, and I had to do these before 5 p.m., is have 5 meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
And you can have 5 meaningful conversations in an hour at a coffee shop.
Yep. 100%.
If you, and I'm an introvert, believe it or not, right? But that's why I also did it at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
My cup was full, right?
Yeah.
Because nap time's 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? We've worked through nap time today. But there's things that you can do with intention.
Right.
To put yourself out there.
Right.
And it doesn't need to be salesy. You don't have to have some elevator pitch that you're a realtor.
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, just notice somebody. Notice a baby in a stroller. Notice a puppy at someone's feet. Notice a book that someone's reading. You don't have to talk about real estate. That's the beauty of it, right? And I did that.
That's what you did.
And and I'm not as intentional. I will definitely divulge that. I still try to have 5 meaningful conversations a day.
I think it's funny we talked about my year off air. And it's funny when when I was talking to my coach September, because we got to August and he was like, "All right, you've been dead long enough. Like, right. You need to start doing shit again." Yeah. It's like that meme with the stick and poking the guy. Like, come on, like the dog. Like, come on. Like he was like, "All right, I've been kind." Yeah. And we got to like October and we were running again. 2 appointments a week qualifying. The pipeline's full. 2026 is already off to a banger.
Awesome.
But we're in the thick of it again. I think like my wife and I, between real estate and family things and friend things, we're booked Saturday and Sunday every weekend from the second weekend of September to this past weekend.
I believe it.
We have not had a weekend.
I totally believe it.
On top of working, renovating a house, and having a child. Like we got like we're done.
Yeah.
December's clear, and I'm not taking anything else. But my coach had said something. He said, we got to like mid-October, and he goes, are you worried about burning out again? I go, no. I was like, no, I'm in a really good space. I'm happy. I want to be doing this. I'm feeling productive. It helped that I worked out. I started working on stuff.
Right.
But what I see goes, what's changed? I go, you know what? What's changed is when I'm too busy, he's like, oh, we were talking about lead generation. And he was like, you're making your contacts. What's I go, I aim for 5. If I'm fucked, and I know I'm fucked from like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I know my day's booked, I'm making 5 phone calls. Like I'm talking to 5 people.
Yep.
That's it.
And those 5, are they 5 existing people?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. They're 5 existing people. Yep. I'm not door knocking. It's not cold calling. It's not any of that. It's just I'm gonna go in my database or my CRM. I'm gonna pick out 5 names, and I'm just gonna But I'll do that the night before, so I know the next day. I'm like, okay, I know. I have in my calendar from 6:30. I get people think I'm a psychopath. I get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. Yeah, that's just what I do.
No,
there's
a big 5 a.m. club out there.
That's my therapy.
Yeah,
that's how I get through my day. But 6:30 to 7, I have it in my calendar as workday prep.
Yep.
And I sit down on my computer, usually in my living room, because my whole family's upstairs sleeping, and my dogs are sleeping, and I keep all the lights are dim. Like usually pitch black. I don't drink coffee.
Oh man, you need to get on coffee.
No, I do not. Do not need to do not need don't I'm not want to be a drug addict. No, but I just run through like what needs to get done today.
Yeah.
What are the high priority items? Who do I need to talk to? What do I need to talk about? What's lead gen look like? What's social media content look like? It just prioritizes the whole day.
Totally.
And that day gets banged out quickly and efficiently after that. But that 30 minutes sets up my whole day.
Yeah.
And my wife knows when I have not worked out, when I have not set up my day, because she knows I'm fucking cranky.
Yeah. And I'm similar. I'll look at my day and I'll find what are my high payoff activities. Yeah. And I have to get those done before noon.
Yeah.
And so if I can get my high payoff activities done before noon, and then one of them I say, oh, I didn't get this done, I'm going to put it to the next day.
No,
I'm allowed 1 day.
Oh, okay.
But I can't push it 2.
Good for you.
If I push it 2, it's not important.
That's a good way to look at it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't beat myself up. So one thing I've learned to allow is a little bit of grace.
Good for you.
And allow for that.
I think
some space.
I think for me, I've allowed myself too much grace.
Okay. Yeah. Too much is not good.
I think I've allowed myself too much grace in my career. I've been so inconsistent.
Yeah.
But now we took on too much, the house and baby and everything else we did, and we're idiots, and that's okay. Big learning experience. I'll take those every day.
That's the beauty of it.
I want to know what my business will look like if I show up consistently for a year. I just want to know what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I'm very it's easy to say that today because I'm not flat out busy yet, and that's coming.
Yeah.
But I just my goal for that, because we're talking about real estate in our businesses, my thing for 2026 is I just want to be like, okay, just show up and do your shit.
Yeah.
And just see where you land. Because falling 5 short of icon is where I'm going to land this year.
Yeah.
And I could strangle someone. And that's okay.
Yeah. But we go back to the golf game analogy.
Yeah.
And it's the 5 shots that you missed bad. Right? And you're like, I know I could have made those shots.
Yeah.
So you could have sold those 5 houses.
Yeah.
Or transact those 5 ends to make icon. But what you should do next year.
Go on, coach me.
No, this is like a little mini coaching session.
Go on.
Is don't look at the total goal. Look at what can you do today to be 1% better than you were yesterday. And those 1% every day over a year, you are going to be, you'll double your business.
It's funny. That's how I look at the gym.
Yeah.
It's literally
it's delayed gratification.
The days I don't want to go. which the first month was hard.
Yeah.
But the days I didn't want to go, what I said was, okay, you're going to go, you're going to drop the sets, and you're going to drop the weight. And you're just, instead of doing your current workout, you're going to do 50% of it. But you're going to show up, and then you find when you do the first rep, you're like, oh, fuck that. I'm no bitch. I'm just going to start pumping the weights.
Totally.
But like, that's all I want for next year is just to show up consistently and just see where that, I know myself. I know the business. If I show up consistently, like, we're going to do new things.
Yeah. And you're going to analyze yourself too.
That's probably do too much of that.
Yeah. But make sure that you just move that needle a little bit every day.
Yeah.
Right. And then allow yourself a little grace to go, you know what? We barely moved the needle today.
Right.
But that's okay, because if I look back a month, we moved the needle 30 degrees.
Yeah.
30 degrees off course sends you in a whole other continent.
Yeah.
Right? It's those little micro movements in your intention and the things that you're going to implement in your business,
right,
that are just going to make you better and better and better.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what I do. I have to be better today than I was yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
And evaluate that.
Yeah.
How does that look? A better husband, a better dad, better friend, better son, but better everything.
Now you're asking too much. Let me just get good at one thing. Jesus Christ.
But you're working on the one thing that is going to get better. It's you. Right? That's the
I know.
I know.
I know. I love it.
Totally. Like it's you.
Oh, anything before we get out of here?
Look, I really appreciate you taking the time to invite me.
You were coming down here anyway.
I know.
You were in town anyway.
I know, but I could have been sleeping in the hotel. You got me through nap time, man. That's a big task.
Part 2, we'll do all about coaching.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Thank you, Rob.
All right, cool, man.
All right. Ah, that was awkward.